Hey, Red. Hey, Red. Hey, Red.
Go on then.
Hey, Red.
Go on then. No, it's going
Hey,
blurry.
Red.
Go on then. No, it's going
Hey,
blurry.
Red.
Go on then. No, it's going
Hey,
blurry.
Red.
Unicorn
Go
and a
on then.
sausage head shit. No, it's going blurry.
Red.
Unicorn. Apparently there's an echo. It's all fun there. Yeah. Nice. I would hope it's adopted. Oh. Hello. Thank you for having me. It would have been a peaceful stream red.
Okay. Can you hear me now? Okay. Can you hear me now? Okay. Can you hear me now? May have sussed it. Right. Okay. Warcry, can you hear me? Right. Warcry, can you hear me? No, I can't hear Warcry. Right. Warcry, can you hear me now?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. That's better. That's it.
Hey!
Don't know what the fuck was going on with it there, but it seems to have sorted itself now. Always tech tough to start. It shouldn't be simple as fucking just pushing a button. How'd this all set up?
It's not a proper stream unless you have tech issues.
That is very fucking true, especially with me. Because what I do is when I'm working upstairs, I take my laptop upstairs with me, just in case. If it's quiet, I'll sit and do some of my coursework. If not, I'll just play the Xbox. I can put it on remote play. But no. Right. Anyway. Start again. So, welcome everyone. Welcome back. So, today we're here with me, myself, the awesomeness, and Warcry, Mr. Cool over there.
Hello.
Hello, everybody. So, if you caught the last one, everybody knows it is interview about gaming and stress and mental health. Last time we had the wonderful Red Wolf Girl, who talked for Scotland and the rest of the world. But yes. So, easy question to start off with you, Warcry. Easy one. What got you into gaming?
What got me into gaming? I got into gaming when I was a kid. It would have been my dad had an Amiga 1200, and he used to play on a game called something like New Zealand Age. And it used to be this little Kiwi, and you had to rescue the chickens. And from there, my love for gaming just kind of developed and grew. So ended up with the first PlayStation, and then developed on PlayStation 2s, Xboxes, up until the point where I could actually get myself a decent PC, and pretty much went full PC on everything. But yeah, I've been gaming for far too long.
Far too long in gaming. I know the feeling myself. But yeah, thinking back to the old days, it was a lot easier to game than it is nowadays.
Oh yeah, especially when you loaded a game off of a 2.5-inch floppy disk.
Oh Jesus!
Yeah, you didn't spend 6 hours downloading the game at that time. It was less stressful.
Speaking of the 3.5-inch floppies and things like that, me and Tori were watching something called Leverage the other day, yesterday in fact, and this computer guy was actually running a program off his high school computer, and here's how old it was. It wasn't a 3.5-inch floppy; it was a 5.5-inch floppy, the big, massive ones.
The hell.
And she's like, "Oh, that's really old." I was like, "Yep, they are really, really, really old." But obviously, you've got 3.5-inch floppies. If you remember correctly, with the Nintendo, what was the technique with the Nintendo when a game stopped working?
You used to have to blow him.
You used to have to blow it straight out, fixed. Then when the PlayStation,
Or if that didn't work, you had to get down on your knees and blow inside the console.
yep. But nowadays, if you have a disk drive, most people don't nowadays, but you have a disk drive, your disk gets scratched, you're fucked.
Yep.
But yes, So, see, that was quite a good one. Takes us back to the old days, and it's one day in the West.
Nostalgia at its finest.
Tell you, if I ever open my gaming hotel, I'm going to have a retro gaming section. And if you don't know how to fix the game cartridge, you're not allowed to play on the console. That's
That
one
sounds
of
interesting.
Well, think,
I'd be up for that.
oh, hell yeah. You could be the bouncer. Somebody walks in and goes, "Can I play the Nintendo?" Pop quiz. The game stops working. How do you fix it? Push the reset button. Get out. Bad boy. Okay. And now we've got Red with little emojis smiling. Yes, Red. It's all good in the hood. So what do we have next in the way of questions for you, Warcry? Well, I think you jumped in on this when I was talking to Red, but we'll get it in your own words instead of in typing words. How did your gamer tag come about?
Gamer tag. So that was, I must have been 13 and at school had an obsession with wolves. Someone said to me at the time, one of my friends, that when a wolf howls, it's like a war cry. And they just kind of started calling it me, and it stuck. And yeah, I just kind of, as soon as I was able to pick a gamer tag, it just made sense to go with Warcry. And the 1987, I think, is pretty much self-explanatory, as it's a year, which makes me too old. But yeah, it was something from a friend, and it just developed and stuck, and I've adopted it and loved it ever since.
Yep, see, they're always the absolute best ones, the ones that are given to you, or the ones you create yourself for something very, very meaningful. Because if I had to pick a new gamer tag right now, I'll just call it "Whipped by the Wife," or "Wishing I Was Whipped by the Wife." One of the two, depending on what mood I'm in.
Wow.
Depends what day of the week it is. So, going right into the main questions here, Warcry. You've been streaming for quite a while yourself. You've taken a little break, obviously, at the moment, but you do stream quite a while. Actually, I lie, because you were streaming the other day there. I jumped in for a wee bit, but for some reason my phone wouldn't work. But anyway, so you were streaming on Discord, I want to say.
Yeah.
Discord.
So just between a few friends, not live to everyone, but they wanted to see what I was playing, so I thought I'd give them a glimpse of it, and yeah, they all seem to like it. So maybe something for when I come back for streaming live with everyone.
Sounds like a good plan to me, like. I like your streams.
Aye.
Your streams are usually quite good.
I try.
So, mental health in gaming. Like I was saying with the other interview, I'll say the same thing here. Most of the stuff that I've found online goes towards the end of gaming's great for mental health. It helps everything. It does all this, it does all that, but it doesn't actually show the negative side. So, in your own opinion, being a gamer and a streamer for such a long time, what would you say is the biggest negative impact that you've seen or felt yourself?
From gaming or from streaming or bit both?
Bit of both.
So from gaming, I think the biggest negative is how much you can become engrossed in a game and lose track of time, and that you then start to fall flat on your other responsibilities. I mean, for myself at the moment, it would be like not doing my housework, underperforming if I was at work, things like that, because I was focusing too much at the game side of things. In regards to streaming, I think it comes round to like too much focus on numbers, and you can get yourself stressed out, and if you have a bad stream or anything like that with low numbers, it can make you feel really quite bad, and it starts to take the joy out of the gaming, which is what I don't want in regards to things. Hence, I'm taking a break. I was starting to get to a point I was too focused on the numbers, and it was taking the enjoyment away, and I didn't want that, and that's not good for your health. If you're not enjoying what you're doing, it's it just grinds you down. You get burnt out, and you just start to lose the passion that you had. So I think it's important, if you do get to that kind of point, you know what the limits are, so that you can kind of step back a bit to prevent that from happening.
No, definitely. I completely agree. Because I think we talked about that during one of your streams, because we were talking. You said you were thinking about geeing up streaming because of the numbers.
Yeah.
I did explain that. I don't know what it is with Twitch, but they now only, well, back then as well, they only counted active talkers. So somebody came in and said hi, it was counted. But if they stopped talking for a little bit or went into lurk mode, for instance, they no longer count as viewers, which I think is completely wrong, because there might be 6 people who are, for instance, like working, and they'll come in and go, like Kel does, comes in and goes, lurking but working, that type of thing.
Yeah.
You'd have found this your absolute self as well, because when you stream and you do see those low numbers, it's like, am I doing something wrong? Are they just not interested? And that forces some people into playing the game of the game of choice. Like, what was it? What was it? Fortnite. When Fortnite came out, that was the game of choice. Everybody was playing Fortnite, and that's what everybody was streaming. Or when it's Warzone or whatever Battlefield. I don't think Battlefield 2042 is calling there's anything. Thank God, that was a waste of money. But that type of stuff, I think it should be counted. If somebody comes in, even if they've just got you up on their screen and they're watching, that should be counted. Because if they've got their volume turned all the way down as well, it doesn't count. They have to have at least, I think it's 5 volume or something like that.
Something around there, yeah. You can get around that, though, by muting the tab rather than muting the actual volume on the stream. So that helps in regards to that aspect.
Yeah, only works in Google Chrome.
Yep.
Which I don't use, I use Microsoft Edge. Because Google Chrome uses up a lot of processing power for simple little things.
It works well in, I use Opera GX. It's designed more for streamers and gamers, and you can actually throttle its use, so it's quite handy in regards to that. You've got the option to mute individual tabs on there as well, and that works. So just throw out there for you to have a quick look at it.
Hails to the yeah, because Microsoft Edge isn't that good either. See, like that, like with Opera GX, I really wish somebody would come out with literally a browser specifically designed for gamers.
That's what it is. So it's got all of it. Twitch is integrated into it. You can have all your social medias integrated on a bar on the left-hand side. So it's absolutely great. You can set it up so it won't absolutely destroy your RAM whilst you're streaming, and it's designed a lot more towards the gamers. So definitely want to have a gander at and see what it's like.
Wench, write down Opera GX.
I can drop you a message with the details on.
It's alright, Warcry will drop me the message. See? Why can't I marry someone like that? Where's my sandwich? Anyway, but yeah. So, like I said, that's one of the reasons where I've switched over to YouTube that I'm on at the moment, obviously.
Yeah.
One, because similar to you, I was getting some views, and that's basically from all the Discords that we're all a part of. Those people jumping in and jumping out and that type of stuff. Which you and your sandwiches. Excuse me and Warcry and our sandwiches.
Can't beat a sandwich, Red.
I'm telling you, in D&D, Red, we're going to open up a sandwich shop. We can poison the guards. Oh, give them the shits.
Red, burn it down.
See? You shut up. But yeah, because even the wife in the background. I was just going to say something really nice about you, but see now, when I'm streaming, or when I get to that point where there's like, sometimes you're streaming for like an hour, and like you say, you'll see one viewer, and that's yourself. You're just like, nah, I'm done, fuck it, and you just log off. But I'm like you. Like say, when you were streaming with Lena and Sammy, I don't know why I was going to call her Yubba there for a reason. Obviously, it's her name, but you get what I mean. Lena and Sammy, it's good to actually stream with a group of people rather than streaming with, or so she playing with a group of people rather than just playing with your. Yeah, playing with yourself, aye. Don't get married.
You know that feeling, don't you?
But aye, it's disheartening is the worst thing for it.
Yeah.
I do try to pop it playing with yourself, lot. Really? Really, Red? Hold on, there's a question, right? I'm going to make you laugh, Warcry, right? So,
Oh dear.
playing Destiny with Red the other day there, right?
Yep.
And this is completely out of context, I only caught this part. She shouts out, "I smell fish." Thank you. Thank you. And she looked and goes, "But it's my daddy's having sardines." I was like, yes, but you don't shout that out when you're streaming. I can fart and go, "I smell shit." No. But that's what she shouted out.
Even I looked at her funny.
Even the wife looked at her. She's like, "What did she just shout out?" I was like, "You don't want to know. It's fine."
Queefing on stream.
Exactly. Absolutely. Right, so digress. Back to the main conversation. So obviously you stream on Twitch.
Yes.
That's been your main. Well, that is your main thing. Have you thought about changing to, for instance, Facebook gaming or to YouTube?
So Facebook gaming, no. I pretty much wrote that off because I have Facebook for my social medias and they're my personal ones, but not for my gaming aspects and the streaming side of things. And I just don't feel that it's the right or appropriate platform for streaming. Especially considering I can get quite potty mouthed at times. And with Facebook, you could literally have anyone dropping in. I suppose you can with Twitch and YouTube as well, but you have the options of being able to set your channel for more mature content, which obviously provides that. And I've not really seen quite the same from the Facebook side of it when I've been looking at it. So I've kind of just steered very clear. But I'd consider YouTube, that's for sure, to see how that went. And but I think I need to start by uploading maybe a few videos to my channel on YouTube before I start doing anything else, and see how that goes from there.
Oh yeah, definitely. Hell yeah. I take it your YouTube channel just Warcry Gaming.
Warcry.gaming, I believe it is. Yeah.
There you go, Pete. Warcry.gaming. Red, if you're not too busy, if you want to find the link and just stick it in the chat, and we'll link it into the video as well. But there you go, Warcry.gaming or Warcry Gaming. Picture a wolf and it says Warcry. You can't miss it.
I don't know if I've got my emblem on there yet because it's not long since I set it up. To be fair, but it's one I'm working on. So
that's fine. Red's going to find you anyway, and obviously it's Warcry1987 on Twitch as well.
Yeah, that's correct.
Whoever's watching this video now or in the future, head over to both, find them, like it. Honestly, fantastic streams. Always makes me laugh, which is the main thing. I can go into 100 streams and...
Kenny, what have I told you? He can't help his face.
Oh, did you hear that?
No, not quite.
I was like, you make me laugh, and she's like, I've told you before, he can't help his face. That is just rude. That's the person I'm interviewing. What if I was Pierce Morgan?
It'd be fully justified if it was Piers Morgan.
Yeah. Imagine if I was Pierce Morgan, I would shoot myself in the face. Anyway, you put me off. Be quiet. Bad dog. Love you.
Remember, you've not had your dinner yet.
That's very. My phone keeps vibrating. It's really weird. Anyway, but yes, so Warcry, like I say, every time I go into streams, he makes me laugh. That after joining Kazi's Discord and finding you, that was the first thing. It's like, oh, Warcry's on. Let me click. To be honest, I can't remember what you were talking about. I can't remember even what you were playing, but you were talking about something, and it just made me laugh. And I was like, yeah, hit the follow button. That's what I like to see. People who make other people laugh. Like when we do our D&D chat streams and things like that, that's the one thing I like about it. We always have a laugh. It's always this, it's always that. It's like you were saying before, if it gets a bit too serious, you get focused on the wrong things, and it can completely blur the lines between, most people say, between reality and, what's opposite of reality?
Fantasy.
Fantasy, there we go. I wish I'd done fantasy. Between reality and fantasy, it can blur the lines.
You do have fantasy. His name's Warcry.
That's very true. But see, how to explain it? Escape. That's what I would call it. So I use gaming, reading, things like that as an escape from boring old life.
Yeah.
Or the boring old wife. That's what I use it for. But like you say, it's a fine line. It's a knife edge. It really is. Because, aye. Well, you play World of Warcraft. I think you play Rust as well, don't you?
Not got Rust, no. I play a bit of World of Warcraft here and there. I like my Minecraft. So it depends on the mood. I mean, I'm big on Phantasy Star Online 2 New Genesis at the moment. So it's like but it really does just depend on my mood to what I want to play.
Yeah, see, I love fantasy games. Like you've seen me play Assassin's Creed Valhalla,
Yeah.
Skyrim. I really need to get back into Skyrim Online. Just can't be bothered. But yeah,
I think you'd like Phantasy Star. You'll have to try it sometime. It's a free to play as well.
I think
Look at me plugging everyone.
I think I've actually got it on the Xbox because I got packs for it with Xbox Game Pass.
Yes, you do.
Booyah! Is it crossplay?
Yes.
Right, okay, we'll download that. That's what I want to do as well. Find more crossplay games because obviously you're on PC, Red's on PlayStation, I'm on Xbox, and I've got a gaming laptop, but I don't use it for gaming.
In all fairness, I do have a PS4 and an Xbox S series, so I've got all three. I tend to stick for my PC for the main event.
Exactly, absolutely exactly. Like I say, it's not what you game on; it's how you game.
100%.
Because you know this yourself, being part of like lots of different Discords and playing lots of different games. Some games are fantastic to play, but the people who play them in the forums and things like that are toxic. Absolutely toxic. Like I said before in the last interview, Destiny 2, fantastic game. You'll get lots of good people to help you, but some of the Facebook pages are completely and utterly fully toxic people who I think shouldn't be playing the game. Somebody asked for one question. So it's a kindergarten, first time playing Destiny, asked the question, got told to go and YouTube it.
That's not how it works.
No.
That's what I like about Fantasy Star is it's got a really inclusive community. So I'm in a couple of servers and like one of the big ones for it on Discord, and I just dropped a message in there asking something because it was a part that I hadn't come to actually do myself yet, and the amount of support and help that people offered was great. It's like I've never actually seen that, so that's what I like about that game as well. It's like it's a community. You can be in the middle of the game and you'll just team up, you'll help each other, and then you'll just disappear and go on your way. There's no hard feelings or negativity. Everyone just has a laugh, bit of banter. They enjoy the game and they just leave you to yourself.
See, that's what I like about games. That makes games worth playing. Because if you get stuck by yourself or people who didn't want to help you, or depending on what game you're playing, kill stealers and things like that, it makes you not want to play that game. It could be the best game in the world. Just like, nah, I'm done with it. It's after the side. I'm never going to touch it again. Because that was like me with Call of Duty. I used to play Call of Duty constantly. Absolutely loved it. And it just got to the stage where it was really toxic people. Well, teabagging for one is the one thing I hate in any game. Any game.
I agree.
For instance, right, if you hear me talking, Destiny 2, there's what I call scum weapons. I use one. I use the toaster, the Jotun. I know for a fact I am not good at PvP, but I use it. So if I use the Jotun and you dodge it and manage to kill me with a punch, feel free. You can emote on me. I don't care. Sprinkle some salt. Do not teabag or clam slam if you're a woman.
Clam slam.
Yeah, teabag for a guy, clam slamming for a woman. Just absolutely no. Because when was it? Was it last week? Last week. Red again, gaming, doing some 3v3. Somebody teabagged me. I literally went out my way to kill him and teabag him. I died. I got killed by his teammates, but I went out my way to vigorously teabag. I'm pretty sure I could have got it done for sexual assault if I was to be completely honest with this team player. I was teabagging his ghost so hard, honestly. Right on his orb. Okay, keep digressing. Right, so here's a question I didn't ask Red, but I'm going to ask you, right? Because you obviously, we've all got our own Discords and things like that, and we all build a community, okay? So, in your community that you've built, or still building, because always do better and always start building up, what is the one thing you look for? So somebody joins your Discord or joins your community or your stream and they want to game with you, what's the one thing that you look for in that person?
Ooh, that's a good one. I suppose I want it to be somebody who it doesn't matter what game it is that you want to play, they still want to be inclusive and to take part. Because I know I've got friends who do it, and I've seen a lot of other people in other servers do it, where they only play one game, and if you're not playing that game, they don't want you included. It's like, just for example, the other day, I know we weren't playing together, but when I was chatting with both Sammy and Ubina, it was a great example. They were playing Rust, and I was talking to them about Rust and watching them playing Rust. I was playing Fantasy Star, right? And I still felt included in their game because they were showing me what they'd built. And I was showing them areas of my game as well. It was like it was including people without them actually necessarily having to play the same game as you, and that's what I look for in people. I want people who are inclusive and don't just want one set thing. I like variety, and I like people who accept and embrace variety.
No one left alone, no one left on the fringes. That's what I like. That's what I like.
Exactly.
See, that's why we all get on so well. All of us, and all the different Discords, all the streamers that we all know, we've all got the same mentality when it comes to things like that. The absolute same mentality. Everybody should be included. Or I should say, try to be included, because you always get that one person who just like, I'll just watch. I don't want to play, but I'll just watch. I might not talk, but I'll watch it. I've had that before she got arrested. But yeah, no, it's just one of the things that I like to look for as well. But it's the same, like say with Kaz, for instance, helping out. Well, I don't know why that changed there. Click. Why is it changing? There we go. Same with Kaz, when she's helping all these people get to affiliate, which is really good. You were there when me and Red were talking about this as well, so we'll talk about it. The climb from 0 to affiliate can be hard in itself. Just try to get those 3 average views. The streaming and the streaming on the different days, piece of piss. You can get it done within a week. You stream 1 hour for 8 days, you're there. But the 3 average views, that is the worst to try and get. If you don't have your own community, that is, or communities around you. So, but once you hit affiliate, you're like, yes, this is perfect, I can do this. And then you look at the partner requirements. 75 average views. I was watching a YouTube video and I worked this out. You actually need about 100 people to watch you to even hit the 75 views. Hold on. Osiris! Shut up! Okay, I'm going to turn that dog to the Chinese. So you need like about 100 people to watch you due to the fact that you've got people who, on Twitch especially, well, we'll talk about it, on Twitch, won't be counted because they're just lurking, have turned the volume down without realising it, or they've just dipped out. They've came in, said hi, and that's them, they're away. So you'll know yourself, trying to get above 10 views can be hard at the best of times. We try to get a 75 view average per stream for however many hours and days you have to stream for is really hard. So
it's near on impossible unless you've got a really good community or communities to help support you and push you on that way. I mean, I've seen people who have had hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people, thousands of people in, and on their Discords, you see the community that gets behind them, and you can see how they got to that point. And you can also see, I mean, I'll use myself as an example because I would class myself as a small streamer. I don't have anywhere near the same kind of numbers in my community as they do, and you can see that reflected. And obviously being part of other communities like Kaz's, which is continually growing as a phenomenal community, you can see as that community is growing, you're getting the more and more repeat people coming through and supporting to help with those numbers. But it is a grind to try and hit them, and unless you've got a solid community, it's going to be a near on impossible task, really.
Oh yeah, definitely. That's one of the other reasons I switched to YouTube was the grind from affiliate to partner. To myself, I never use the word impossible because everything's possible if you put your mind to it. But the grind from where I am at the moment to where I need to be, it's just a staggering amount of time that I would have to put in. For instance, I would have to change everything. So, what games I play, my style of play, and my rage, which I don't want to change. I like my rage, but that's why I like my rage. You shut your face. That's why the reason I switched to YouTube is it might be a bit more staggering, shall we say, 4,000 hours viewed.
Yeah.
But that counts past, present, and obviously your future videos that you upload.
Mm-hmm.
Your shorts as well, plus your live streams.
Yeah.
So if some of the live streams, you might want to go back and check your other content. That's all going to count. And that's all going to add up. And there's a few other things you have to obviously reach so many. I think it's 100. Theirs would be subscribers, which is Twitch followers, and then you get a membership, which is basically just like hitting the subscribe button, the subscribe button for Twitch.
Yeah.
So like Red's already hit that so many people goal, but unlike Twitch, YouTube don't put a stop cap on it. So if she's reached, say, 100 followers, she automatically gets her unique YouTube URL, which is fantastic.
Yeah.
And she still works towards everything else. So with the grind and the partnership with Twitch, I think that myself personally, causes a lot of stress for streamers. Because it's one step to affiliate, and then it's from affiliate to the top of Mount Everest for you to reach partner. That's what it feels like. But once you reach partner, yes, it does. See, Red agrees as well. But once you reach partner, obviously, you have to continue streaming. You have to stream a set number of hours a month. You have to stream a set number of days, or you'll get kicked for the partner program. So, say for instance, like yourself, you've worked all the way up to the partner program, and you're like, I want to take a break. Not in the right headspace. I'm going to stop streaming for a bit. Imagine coming back to find 3 emails saying that your warning, your second warning, and then telling you're no longer partner. That's a swift kick to the testicles.
Yep.
You've put in all that effort. Obviously, I'm pretty sure Twitch will have something in place where you can take a holiday or a break or something like that. I'm assuming so. Don't quote me on that. I hope they do. I really do hope that they do.
On your schedule, you can select a vacation mode. So I'm assuming that anyone within the partner can use that as well, and it would prevent them from being kind of punished per se for having a break and being human, because we're not robots. We all get burnt out. I don't care who it is or what streamer it is. I mean, whether it be like myself taking a break, or if it was someone like Ninja who pulls in tens of thousands of people, one way or another, both people can burn out. It doesn't matter who you are. At some point, it will catch up, and it will happen.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like I say, they've got the vacation button. I'm sure they've got that, and I'm fingers crossed that Twitch have got something in place for people who want to take a longer break, for instance, be it for any number of reasons. Agree with Warcry on that. There you go. Red agrees with you as well.
I don't, just because it's Warcry.
Okay, that's good for you. Where's my sandwich?
You beat me to that. I was going to say, could you not just go away and make me a sandwich?
Warcry wants a sandwich as well, please.
Warcry can get off these
Actually,
from me.
you know what you can do for me? Go and put on 2 slices of toast, right? And then get 1 slice of bread. So on the bottom, I want like ham and cheese. Then spread the both sides of the bread, put it in the middle. Then put a cheese, ham, and a little tiny bit of pepperoni if we've got any. Then put the toast on the top of it and bring me it through.
How does fuck you sound?
That sounds really tasty.
Sounds really tasty.
Make that too. Does she deliver?
Did he deliver? Uber Eats. Can you make that 2? Actually, make it 5. 3 for me, 2 for Warcry. But yes. So obviously, like I say, you heard us discussing Facebook, YouTube, Twitch. Red did our research on Facebook, like you said as well. It's just not suitable for anything. Not suitable for anything that we do anyway. Twitch is okay. It's got lots of fantastic features. Some that I wish YouTube had. For instance, all my intros and things like that I did on my Mix It Up bot. fantastic, but obviously Mix It Up Bot doesn't work with YouTube. Wish it did. But so we went over gamer tags, how they came about, went over stress, went over basically Twitch and how everybody feels about Twitch and other things. Let's change up a little bit for you, Warcry. We're not making the exact same as Reds, right? So, obviously, you game on PC. You're quite knowledgeable about PCs itself. So, if you were looking to create something along the lines of Twitch and YouTube and Facebook gaming, okay?
Yeah.
Obviously, Facebook has steps or whatever it wants to be called. Twitch has the affiliate and partner, and I can't remember what YouTube call it, but they call it something else, right? So taking all that into consideration, right? Say you created your own streaming platform.
Yeah.
What would you make your sort of like affiliate partner and thingy kind of steps? How would you make those steps yourself?
I mean, first off, I think rather than having followers or subscribers, I'd have supporters. Supporting, whether that's watching, whether that's live viewing, whether it's just jumping through some shorts, anything like that. So I think supporters would be a better terminology for how I would want to see the communities. As we've touched on, I think the aspect of having time that is viewed is quite a good example to take from YouTube as a criteria. But obviously, you still want people to come by and visit. So I'd probably still keep an aspect of the people who are viewing and watching the live streams, but also make sure it's inclusive of those people who can't necessarily be interactive. So it includes the lurkers, the people who are working and trying to support where they can as well. So I'd probably take aspects of both YouTube and Twitch because I don't think they're necessarily bad, but I think they just need tweaking and probably some of them relaxing a little bit in regards to it if they for how I feel on it, and to make it probably a bit more achievable. Maybe throw in a middle tier somewhere. So there's like you could have like like with Twitch, you've got obviously your partners and your affiliates, but if there was somewhere in the middle where you didn't have to go full time, and you could be like a semi partner somewhere in the middle of there where you can still have the benefits of being a partner, but you don't have to put in the same commitments, and potentially obviously the financial rewards would be lesser, but have that kind of middle ground. So there's some form of stepping stone from meeting that first step and trying to reach the peak, as you would say. So put something in the middle for those not necessarily large streamers, but those mid-range streamers who potentially get stuck in the limbo between. That's probably what I would go for.
See, exactly what I was thinking. Exactly. I liked your supporter thing there. I think that's a lot better than a follower or a subscriber. Well, especially a follower, because that sounds like you're just stalking somebody, to be honest. Aye. But a supporter, that
Knowing Warcry, probably, yeah.
he's stalking me, right? What's the problem with that? Anyway, love you. But yeah, that's exactly how I feel the same. Supporter is a much, much better term compared to follower or subscriber. And you touched on a subject there as well with the money side of things, especially with Twitch, because I don't know how YouTube actually works with it, but with Twitch, you've only got a set number of days to make that over that $100 mark before they even pay out. Which I can see why they're doing it, but it's ridiculous. It is really ridiculous. If you've only made $20 for that month, they're still going to take 25%. Well, 25% of that is going to come straight off. It's like I keep saying, I can understand why they do it. They need to keep the thing running and things like that. But Twitch themselves make millions upon, I say about at least tens of millions every year just off of sponsorships for Twitch itself.
I mean, you also throw in subscriptions. I mean, straight up, if you're an affiliate and so on subscribes, they dock 50% of that.
There you
It's
go.
like, and then if say you accumulate a load more, and you get $100 worth of subscriptions, if they then drop another 25% off, what are you really getting?
25%.
So, somewhere there, or somewhere roughly in the middle of it. It's like it's not a huge amount, really. It's like, so
No, but like say that can affect the mental health of every streamer as well. You're almost at $100. You think you're absolutely happy. You're almost there, and you hit the end of the month, and it automatically resets back to zero.
yep.
Because it's like say I hit my first sort of $100, which most affiliate people do. You know yourself. You go in, you'll have your first good sort of month, and then you'll hit your first payout, and then it just goes into the ground, completely destroyed. The Hindenburg, boom.
Yep.
Except no Nazis. But you can't tell me that Twitch don't make enough money off sponsorships and off. It should be just like taxis. You've got the high end, like you say, they're like Ninja and all that, making all these millions. I think it was at 7 point something million pound he got paid to play Apex Legends when it first came out, or $1 million, I should say. That's $1 million a day to play Apex Legends when it first came out. That is ridiculous. You're trying to tell me if they took 50% of that, which I'm positive they didn't, because that was paid by Apex themselves. But anyway, they make millions of pounds off of all that. Look, I know they're going to be raising the sort of percentage to 50% across the board or they're thinking about it for partners. No, so they did that for affiliates. I could probably imagine a few people jumping ship and going to Facebook or to YouTube gaming just for that reason alone.
I mean, I've been seeing a lot of people jumping over to Trovo. I mean, Trovo is very much like Twitch, except they have what's called the Trovo 500, and it's basically a tier system. So you get bronze, silver, gold, and it works its way up. And depending on where you rank in regards to it for those top 500 streamers, depends on the money that you get paid as a bonus on top of what you earn as a through subscriptions or bits and things like that. So I've seen quite a few people who are pushing for partner on Twitch go over to Trovo and absolutely kill it. It's like, I think, what was it? I was reading somewhere the other day. If you're in that top bracket for Trovo, it's like for the month they'll pay you something like $7,200 plus an additional bonus on top of that for meeting certain criteria. That's on top of what you make through your community support, so your subscriptions and stuff. So there is another up and coming platform that's there in that, and it's going to be interesting to see how it all pans out.
See, that's definitely something I might look into then. Like say,
Yeah, I mean, it is a bit biased because it's only the top 500, but I think as the platform grows, it gives the potential to be able to expand that. And I think one of the good things about it is if you're in that top tier 1 month and you don't pull in and somebody else beats your numbers following, they can take your spot. So it's a bit of competition with it. So I think that's possibly something interesting for it as well, because you have them that bit of competitiveness with it, and you're not guaranteed to be stuck in that one tier getting all that money. There's always a chance for someone to come and take your place, so you need to actually go out and earn it. So
No, see, I like that myself. That's actually quite a good thing. Competition is always good and it's healthy. Like say that if you reach the top 500, some of the payouts are, like you say, there are amazing. You get bonuses for hitting certain things. You don't see Twitch doing that. You see Twitch taking it rather than giving it out, which is ridiculous. Who have we got here? Oh, we've got Red. So, and the bad thing is, not everyone who comes in those first few times don't always come back, which is always true. You get people who come in, they'll follow you, and then they'll leave, and you never see them again. I think the tier systems are kind of crap for building a community, but if you have a following already, it's easier to do that, which is true. We covered that.
Yeah,
If you've got a following,
I'd agree.
oh hell yeah. Oh, here we go. Red's actually got a question for you. I want to know what Warcry thinks about discoverability as a fresh streamer and what his opinion is for the platforms. So, discoverability on, well, anything that you do, obviously. So, Twitch, Facebook, well, Twitch mostly, but discoverability. How do you find that on Twitch? Because that is your main profile, that's your main part. So, how do you find
discoverability? On Twitch, it's difficult to get discoverability when you first come in, because you probably look at things and go, yeah, I want to try streaming. So you'll come in and you'll try and play one of the big games. So like you were saying earlier, maybe a Call of Duty game, or it's like Elden Ring came out, and absolutely huge, massive streaming audiences. But they're so overpopulated and saturated with streamers doing them. If you're a brand new streamer, you're going to be coming in with 0 to 1 views. I don't know how many people can say they sit there and scroll through specifically to find those with like 0 or 1 views. I know there are a few people around who do that, and I like to go in quieter streams so I can interact with people who are a bit more, but a lot of people will just rush off to the bigger names and the more populated streams, because they look like, because they've got those higher numbers already, they're going to be a fun stream to go and watch, and it makes getting the discoverability for somebody new trying to come into it very, very difficult. You would need to try and either provide something that's completely unique and catch the whole of Twitch by storm, or you would need to look at potentially doing something specific to what you're going to be doing to grow your channel, and hope that the few that do come in and view you start spreading that word. But it's very difficult to get yourself discovered and to start growing, and it's a great feeling when you do see the rewards coming in from it, so the new followers, people continually returning. But to get there, it's an extremely difficult grind. I suppose in the same aspect, it's going to be the same with YouTube. I mean, trying to get yourself discovered on YouTube, it's absolutely huge. I mean, I've watched my cousin and her boyfriend absolutely slug through hell to try and get themselves built up, and it took them a few years. And they've eventually got there, and they've got a massive community and growing channel now. But it's very difficult. It doesn't matter the platform; it's always going to be difficult, especially when you've got so many people producing very similar content. It's trying to make it that specific thing that you're looking to do unique to yourself, and have that quirk that's going to make people go, you know what, I like that, I'm coming back. Hope that answers it for you, Red.
I think that. Oh, no. helps me push the right button. No, I think that definitely does, to be honest. That is quite a good way to actually... Yep, she quite likes that. I knew that was coming. Like I say, put it on the... We already discussed other platforms, Red. We don't like, well, he doesn't like Facebook gaming. Twitch is good, and YouTube is a strange one to start off with, because when you think of YouTube, you don't think of YouTube gaming, you think of YouTube videos.
Yeah.
I get to go and watch people make an arse of themselves. You've been framed digital. But yeah. So, with everything we've talked about in mind so far, weigh up for me, what are your top 3 pros for gaming, well, for gaming / streaming, and your top 3 cons for gaming and streaming?
Top 3 pros, the friends and community that you can gain from it. I mean, the friendships I've got from it are invaluable. 100%. That's my number 1. Number 2, for a pro, it's a good way for building confidence. If you're nervous and quite a shy person, it's a good way to help you get used to interacting with people who you don't know and just randomly come up to, because you don't have to show your face straight away. I didn't have a cam when I first started streaming, and it's like, okay, I'll put a cam on if we get up to a specific milestone, and people got behind it and they encouraged it. And I mean, I'm not the most outgoing person, believe it or not. I struggle quite a lot with my self-confidence, and it's that aspect has definitely got to be one of the pros. The way that it's brought me out of myself, it's made me more confident, and it's given me the ability to go, oh, you know what, I don't actually care what anyone else thinks. I'm going to do this. I can do it whether somebody thinks it's good, somebody thinks it's bad. It's just given me that self-belief and confidence from it. So that's definitely my second pro. I suppose the third pro, the variety of games that I've started playing. I mean, I used to be very much, I played the same game over and over and over, but I like to try and mix it up more. So it's given me an opportunity to sample new games and different games, and games that I wouldn't have even thought of playing. So that would probably be my my third pro. Cons, the burnout, pushing yourself too hard, pushing yourself too much, and driving yourself into a dark spot, to say. The negative people would be a second con. So the people who come in and they just try and trash you, or the people who seem to think it's okay to demand if they support you that you go and support them. That is not the way it works. It shouldn't be the way it works. If I want to give support back, it's because I want to, not because you're demanding it. So I think that's definitely a con. And the third one, I'm struggling, to be fair, with a third one. I suppose one of them would be the lack of kind of financial incentives once you kind of reach the affiliate goals and stuff. It's quite hard to stay motivated because there isn't much of a financial incentive behind it. To a certain degree, you have to have the community to support and provide that. There's no kind of option to kind of earn anything on a smaller scale from Twitch itself without the community donating gifts or subs. I guess I suppose that's a bit of a con for me as well.
No, definitely. All good, very good points. So, would you say that the pros outweigh the cons?
Yeah, I think they would, because the pros, the main ones there for me, they're invaluable, and I can take those pros, even if I was to say stop streaming completely tomorrow and never return to Twitch again. I've still got those friends. I've still got that confidence. I've still got that knowledge of knowing I've had all these other games in different genres that I can go and try that I'd never tried before. So I can take those pros with me no matter what I do. The cons, you can leave those behind. And so the pros are definitely the better.
No, absolutely, definitely spot on. I think the exact same as you. See, that's why I love this. Same mentality. Kill all the guards.
Yes, kill them all.
But the exact same mentality. Like I say, we're surrounded by a fantastic community from all the different Discords we're both part of.
Did you delete all Red's messages?
No, it was.
What the?
Red was timed out by stream elements for some reason. I don't know why. I deleted all our messages.
Yeah, poor Red. What the fuck's Red done? Stream elements. You fucking shit.
It really, to be honest, I don't know how they could time her out when she's technically a mod.
God knows.
I'm going to have to find another bot because Stream Elements sucks. I haven't been timed out. Yeah, you have. Honestly, Red, if you look back, it says message deleted, message deleted, message deleted. Hold on. Yeah. I'll screenshot it and I'll send it to you. But yeah. So, there you go, folks, to begin with. The pros outweigh the cons, definitely, because you'll always have, like Warcry says, the friends that you'll make. And I'll be completely honest, which is doesn't show it on the channel. It does on mine.
Does on mine.
Oh, Red, you've been bad. So I don't like my family one little bit, to be honest. I like my close family, so my brothers and my sisters and things like that. But the rest of my family can all run off a cliff for all I care. So the people that I choose as friends, like you, Warcry, like Red, like Kaz, like Sammy, like Kel, things like that, I think you more as family than friends because I've chosen yous as my friends.
I want a divorce then.
What?
I want a divorce then if Warcry's part of your family.
That's fine then. Leave your rings on the table, take the animals and fuck off. That reminds me, leave my TV, leave my Xbox, leave my laptop. You can take the car.
Well, you're hardly going to be able to use it.
I could run you over with it. But yes. So, like we're saying, it creates that bond between everybody. We can sit, we can have a laugh, we can all talk to each other. So, even with all, like say, the downsides, the mental health issues that can come from gaming and streaming, you've always got people who have your back, people to rely on, people to give you a hand. Even just somebody to vent to and talk to and just, I'm just going to moan at you. That's it. All I want today is moan. I don't want a solution. I just want to moan. Like, my wife's been a bitch. She's not making me a sandwich. That type of stuff. Make sure Red hasn't said anything else and been timed out. But yeah. So, like I say, over the next 12 months, obviously, I'll probably do a few more mental health things, a bit more in depth this time. Wasn't in depth I would like it to be, but I'll move on for that. For instance, also in your gaming / streaming, what is your sort of top goal over the next 12 months?
Have fun. If you don't have fun, there's no point doing it. That is my top goal. and I've gone past the point of being worried about numbers and things like that. It's like what happens happens. It's like I have a job, I have an income. I don't need to worry about that side of things. It's like the streaming side of it. It's surely just for pleasure and entertainment for me. So as long as I'm having fun, I've met my goal.
Oh yeah, hell yeah. Red also likes the wolf hanging from your door.
Yeah, that's lovely, isn't it? My housemate actually got me that for Christmas. So it's literally just a silhouette. So the white in it is actually the paint from the door.
The best thing
so
is
it's
it's
just a
right
black
above your
silhouette.
head. It's literally right above your head. Oh, look at the baby. Warcry, join YouTube Gaming. It's so much more chill. So far, it is much chiller, but you'll know this yourself, Red. Warcry, you'll know this. No matter where you go, be it from Facebook all the way to YouTube and Trovo and Twitch in between, you're always going to get those people who come in and troll. What was it a couple of months ago? Hate raids were back. There's people who are just doing hate raids, which I'm like, the one thing I miss is Mixer. What Xbox used to have before it became Facebook Gaming. Mixer.
Yeah.
Fantastic. All this stuff in place. Like, say, if somebody got reported like 3 times, Microsoft would block the IP address. The actual hub IP address, not the actual one that the network puts on. Fantastic. Trolls were destroyed. But with everything else that is like sort of going on, like say when COVID started, everybody